back to Grindle Garage. I am excited for the new season for 2024. That was actually the first startup of 2024 that you just heard. There's a lot that we got to get done to this Corvette. We actually have Fuel Fest coming up to kick off the start of the season. That's coming up here end of February, and it's going to be kind of like a spectator event really with a bunch of ride-alongs, and there's going to be like a mini comp at the end. So I kind of got to redo my whole suspension and start to get it dialed in. I have a lot of plans for the Corvette coming up that aren't being done yet. We've got 945 Garage is completely revamping the wide body kit. BC Racing, we've got new coils, so we're officially switching over to BC's, some of their ER series. That's really exciting. Just general maintenance and stuff I've got to do to the motor to keep it running healthy. But today I got to get underneath it, check the suspension, nut and bolt check, replace any arms that need replacing, fluids, basically, you know, a general refresh on everything. So that's what we're doing today to get ready for Fuel Fest. And then we're going to start heading out to West Palm and see how she performs. So it looks like I just put dirty oil in there, but this is anti-friction stuff from Liqui Moly, and what it does is essentially keep your rings from scraping off the sidewalls of the motor or the sleeves, however you have your motor set up. But when you're operating at high RPM like drifting, you're prone to that wear and tear a lot more. So that stuff is just a nice preventative so you don't, you know, score up your walls. But the VR1 is what I always use, 20W50 here in Florida. We don't need the thinner stuff because it doesn't get cold. So cold starts aren't really an issue at all because the block is always warm. It's like 100 degrees out here in the summer, and in the winter it barely gets 70s or whatever, so. All right, so I'm getting the nut and bolt check done. Everything is pretty tight. A couple of things I had to tighten down just because they were, you know, not loose, but not as tight as I would like to drive on. So that's pretty easy, but I did run into a few things that I noticed that need to be taken care of before I drive on this car again. So the main thing is on this FDF kit. This arm is destroyed. There's still a lot of metal there, but this is where the wheel has compressed and also been hit. So you can see the edge of the wheel. The edge of the wheel is actually probably not too bad. Looks like Kansai beat FDF in quality of the metal there. So this at full lock would normally rub against the tie rod here, just on the tire, and that would stop any sort of, I never put bump stops in. The bump stops on FDF normally go right here, and they're just way too long and restrictive and make no angle. I should have made shorter bump stops right at where I needed these wheels. I could also just go with a more aggressive offset, but this is actually more aggressive than the kit calls for already, so kind of surprising. But what happened to this anyways is the wheel under compression was lining up right here. It was rubbing down there, but then I took an impact on that side, or gave an impact on that side, and what it did is it shoved the wheel aggressively into the arm and destroyed it right there. It might even be somewhat bent, I'm not really sure, but I do have a new kit that I'm ordering, so I'm not gonna drive on that forever. But I have the old bump stops for the FDF. And what I'm gonna do is what I should have done in the first place and cut these down pretty significantly and screw them in, tighten them down, and measure them up and make sure it gives me the maximum amount of angle, but also hits the bump stops before any of the arms. So a little more work than I wanted to do today, but we'll get it done. boundaries are short enough to give me the angle that I want. And then we also have little adjustment here. So if it's too short, I can just back it out a little bit, tighten down that nut in there. Okay, so I've got the bump stops in. You can see it's not even touching it and it's at full lock. So I actually need to dial them back a little bit. So, and this is the point of rubbing. So you can see it's rubbing. We just want to back it off just a hair and then set it there so that I hit maximum lock, maybe a little more. And then I just back out that bump stop so that it's touching there. And then we'll have a bump stop set. Do the same for both sides, front and back. But moving on, I've got a issue with the seat inside. I got a new status seat and the bolt holes were a little different from the Sparco seat that I had before. So I just got from Drift HQ the FDF direct floor mount seat brackets, so I can bolt those in and have way more adjustability and height adjustment, tilt adjustment on the seat as well. So I just got that in on the floor over here. So I'm gonna show you guys that and see how this seat fits in there with the new setup. So it comes with all the hardware, comes with the mounting points, all these adjustments and holes, so you don't have to drill to try and find the location. You can move it around in small increments. So if you don't get it right the first time, no worries, just unscrew it and move it. And then these, which will give us plenty of height adjustment for the bottom of the seat to fold down. So here's how I had my seat mounted before, just standard brackets for the seat. And I had this custom made, just kind of welded together and bolted together for all of my straps and bolting it down. This fit into the car okay, but it was as low as I could get it with these brackets and it's still not quite enough. So you can see the limitation is the seat hitting this bracket. So on the FDF, we're gonna have that there, but these are going to actually be able to go onto the seat first instead of dealing with those Allen keys and such. And then they're just gonna go on here and be able to slide back and forth. And then you can just screw it in when you get it to the distance that you need it, forward and back. As opposed to having to do, you know, Allen keys on the side after it's in the car. So should be a really easy setup, nice and sturdy, way better than what was in there. These brackets fit way better without the carpet, so I just cut it out because race car. I didn't want to remove everything so that I could still have a space for my feet. But these fit in pretty nicely. The factory bolts that stick out of here, mine were actually bent a little bit because of the bracket that whoever had the car before me made was pulling on the back and bending it. So these didn't fit square. So what I had to do is put the adapters on and then put the nuts on and actually take a hammer and tap them back straight, and then they fit in fine. So these brackets are very solid. This is as low as you can get a seat bracket, which is necessary in a Corvette. So now we'll get the seat in, line these up left and right, and we'll be good to go. Also got some sandpaper on the pedals, grip tape I should say, from a skateboard. So if it gets wet out, no more slipping off the pedals.
Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been a little bit, honey? Take a look at where we are. Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been a little bit, honey? Take a look at where we are. Isn't the day so exciting? Oh, honey.
already getting sunburned. Everyone's going crazy behind me on the track, and we're giving a ton of ride-alongs. There are so many people here, it's insane. So it's a good event. If you weren't able to make it this year, I suggest you come back and get some ride-alongs, or at least just watch. There's a car show with supercars, all sorts of different classics and exotics. But the drift action is where it's at. Everyone's waiting for a ride-along, so that's what we're gonna do. Dustin Motors with his hood open again.
You know, the typical affair. Nothing new.
How many times has he been pulled off track?
I lost track, honestly. I can't keep track. Yes, thank you. How's your car?
She's going. Dustin Motors.
What's up?
How many times have you been carted off the track today?
Once.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know, I just saw you like shut down in the middle like 3 times.
Shut down. I know it keeps shutting down there. I don't know what's going on. But I haven't locked up once. I've continued to drift. God damn it! I've continued to drift the entire time.
Why is it so purple in here, bro?
Purple tint, baby.
Is this thing street legal?
No. But it goes on the street, baby.
It matches your glasses and your seats, but not the bronze.
The gold. The original orange.
That's penny, bro. That's what that color is.
So I feel like with this new reader, it read that I read low on the saddles, and it's been fuel cutting me on that one transition. I just put fucking.
You think
3 gallons
it's
in
getting
it.
low on one side? Because these are saddle thing.
So I gotta get more fuel.
I filled up the vet at the E85 station, and then when I turned it on this morning, it was half tank.
Oh god.
I was like, okay, I guess it's not transferring anymore.
I was like, yo.
It was fuel. It's running right now, so now I gotta like figure out something to go run and grab me gas or buy something from someone here.
Are you on E?
No, I'm on 93.
He's like, I could have helped you.
Yeah, I only have E. And it's water E from racetrack. Probably like 50% E, 50% water. Just eating some lunch and giving more ride-alongs. The traffic is insane. Brad Dan, Connor Rosoli. Traffic out on the road, they've got blocked off. It's an insane event, they got so many people here. Corvette's running good. Seat's a little uncomfortable. I need to raise the front up a little bit. It is like too flat with the floor. And with the status seats, they're meant to sit like real low in the front, so I gotta either drill new holes or get some washers to lift that up.
And what he said happened is this thing caught on fire. Apparently, I guess he fueled up and the fuel dumped out somewhere. So I'm assuming it caught on fire from the exhaust. But I don't know. We didn't figure it out yet. This thing is fucked up. I mean, it's messed up. It caught all the wires on
And
fire.
I know the car's green, but wipe your finger on there real quick.
Yeah.
That's all fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Things full of the dust. So trying to get it back out there for the second half of this trip day. So we'll see how it goes.
Poor Camel. It was up all night fixing this car.
We
We
was up
y'all,
all night.
Y'all
For
guys.
5 days, bro.
Y'all were up
It's
all night.
nice.
Yo, me versus Connor.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Check these shocks out. Check these shocks out.
Damn, those are like 10K.
Woo.
Fire today?
I didn't. Shad did.
Shot. Camel style, ho.
That bitch got hypus, bro.
Oh, that's
That tow arm snapped off.
Bro, it's the drum and the axle. Everything is on.
Bad spot, dude.
What?
The don't suck sticker.
Yeah.
Suck.
Somehow we got the car on the trailer. Thanks to the homies. They're making fun of my don't suck sticker. Thank you, Vince! And the damage report on the vet is not too bad. Actually, the axle tore pretty much in half and got stuck in the hub, but we got it out. Made a mess everywhere, and the FDF tow arm split as well. So not too bad for hitting a wall, other than some bending there, and that's it. So all stuff for replacing anyways. And with that being said, it is time for me to start working on my next video, which is gonna be fixing the Corvette and doing the new body on it, and probably a livery reveal as well. The design is complete, and we're gonna start wrapping it once I get my new fenders, which comes in just a couple days actually. So stay tuned. I will be posting about it, and it will be a lot more frequent posting now that the season is starting back up again. Thanks for watching.